Hello and welcome to Animals Labs. We're on today with a showcase for some footage from a different account that's been given to us. We spent some time off camera just building this team. You may have all heard of the Bat Eater, Double Maneater, Seeker, Painkeeper comp for Clanboss. This is a slight variation. It's a bit more free-to-play friendly. This account is more mid-spend level, like a second alt account for one of the leadership team. You may know him as Orion. As I say, we're building this Clanboss team so that he could use a Clanboss, one set of champions, or just Clanboss really. He can ignore them and move on. We'll just go through the builds quickly. It's 2 Maneaters. Then you have the Painkeeper. We have Deacon, who we use basically to fill in the Seeker spot in that comp. And then we have a DPS of choice. I believe I saw Draco. We'll just go through this particular Maneater, the first of the Maneaters of this comp. I'm going to give you what you're trying to aim for with his stats. Obviously, it's more about the speeds. So 280 speed, obviously, is quite hard to hit, which is why we're in 3 speed sets. There is more room in this comp with leveling up some of the gear. So we've not got crit rate and crit damage up, but you could potentially get that up, and this is something as he gets more options for gear, he will go towards. Then the second Maneater, the 255 speed, which is quite a bit less, thankfully. Again, 3 speed sets and defense gear because this is what we had available to us. Does, however, manage to get the crit rate up. It might have been worth actually swapping between these two crit damage amulets. A small thing you can do with Maneater is actually put attack amulets on Maneater. I don't imagine there are any on this account, but if you look at his skills, Siphon is a skill that has one of the highest attack ratio percentages. It's like 10 or 12 attack or something. So if you get this call, you have to have them fully booked for this to work, whereas you only need these two if you want to use them outside of this. But you get this fully booked, get the damage up. You can do some quite insane damage per hit with the siphons. Well, those are the 2 Maneaters. Got a Painkeeper. Again, these are high speed, so this is not like end game gear. So we've gone for 3 speed sets again. Option here, as you could see, potential to get more crit damage, crit rate in the build. Doesn't need accuracy, fortunately, but we've got the speeds in here. Now, Deacon's kit. Deacon obviously is a newer champion. You may know fills the turn meters by 15% and decreases the enemy turn meter, which won't work on the Clanboss. But the reason the speeds are so high is because it's 15%. Not some that if you want a proper 2-1, you could sometimes use something with 30% or increased speed. Retribution, decreased defense, which we place on the boss. Now, what we have done is we've put his accuracy at not too high, so it's only at 163. Whereas if you were going to go for a proper Clanboss where you're trying to put your defense down on, this would want to be almost 100 more than this. But what we've done this reason, obviously we've got some accuracy in there, but when we're in this particular instance, we're using Draco. Now, Draco is Baleful Eye, which places weaken and decreased defense, only happens if there's not decreased defense on the boss. So by lowering the accuracy of Deacon, we're making sure that there's a higher percentage chance to get that weaken on the comp, which will actually lead to more damage in the long run, especially as he has a relentless set. Got a high crit rate, as you can see. I think we're just shy, but 97%. Got masteries going for maximum damage. We're in a relentless set and an accuracy set. This is quite nice. You know, you could potentially get more crit damage in the build late game. It depends entirely on what relentless you have. Please note he doesn't have to be in relentless. If that is the case, I'd try to get crit damage gloves on him. But in this case, yeah, we've just got crit rate because we've got nice speed roll. But that's the champions in the comp. Like with all of the Maneater, Bat-Eater comps, they're actually fairly easy to set up. So when you can run, the comps will go through. The reason as I say, we're doing this is we want to make sure he's got one comp that does Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare, Brutal, don't have to worry about it. It's almost easy Clanboss mode, and it should be like a 1 key to 2 key depending on your gear. I think in this instance, again, we're like mid-range account, it's a 2 key, which is perfect. Is in with 1 key Nightmare, 1 key Brutal. Been fortunate enough to get a key here. What have we got? So this is Spirit Affinity, which means we probably do a slightly bit more damage than potentially we would normally. So this is the comp setup. We've got Speed Aura here, which means that we don't have to hit like 300 speed on that Maneater. It would be quite insane. So let's just go in. We've got, as I say, Spirit Affinity. Would be good for Maneater himself. Never start your Clanboss on auto. Always put it in normal. You come in 2 times speed. So Maneater, we'll begin with the Siphon ability. Click that through. Second Maneater, we do Siphon as well. Put this up as much as we can, and you see the difference in the damage of the first one and the second one. Painkeeper, I'm going to use her A3 so that we'll reset the timers. Deacon, we're going to delay the use of his A3 because we want to use it in time. So we use A2. We didn't get the defense down here, for example. Draco, I'm going to put the A2 out here. The poison's ticking on. First round goes through. Maneater 1 is 1. Maneater second one is A1. Painkeeper, we use her A2. We get a lot of healing across the team, which has helped us until we're actually unkillable. Deacon, we're going to delay his A3, so we just use an A1. Then we do his weaken. I mean, you could do these either way around. It doesn't actually matter too much. Maneater 3, we put up his unkillable. We use the Siphon, and then we hit auto. And then you have to get this lovely run going through. We'll just keep an eye on it, as you should do for the first couple of times that you run it, so that you get used to how it's working. Get some lovely procs there with the Draco. Now, hopefully, as I say, this should be a comp. Probably going to take like 46, 45, something like that. Million damage is what you're aiming for. That would be a perfect two key. If you had the choices, you can see on this particular comp that you have loads of crit damage and crit rate on all of the champions. You put the attacks up. This comp has the potential, much like the Bat-Eater, to do 1 key. Again, gear dependent. Okay. All the champs and masters are the same as you see on that comp. The DPS champion, it could be Fane, could be Bellinor, could be putting in Venus. So someone like a Venus Eater would be quite good fun we see on this account. But what I'm going to do, let it run through. I'll try and speed it up or something in post play, and then show you what we come back to. So we're just coming into turn 49 now. As you can see, 44 million, perfect 2 key. Nothing wrong with that. We'll check a quick look at the damage numbers. I did see a couple of times during the course of the run that Draco didn't put out decreased defense, or when he went to use the ability, the whole thing was full. As you can see, 26 million. Everyone loves Draco. These Maneaters at 4 mil a piece. You can probably get the Maneaters and the Painkeeper doing about 8 mil if you get the crit damage and crit rate up. Deacon has done tasty 5 mil. Ultra Nightmare Spirit comp only took about 14 minutes to run, which is not too bad. So there we are. I'd like to say, as always, thank you for watching Animals Labs. I'll see you, like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.